Hi Virgo, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to do your March 2018 reading. I had a couple of things to say. First, I wanted to mention that here in Canada, March is called the sugar moon, and that's because we go into the sugar bush, which is where all the maple trees are, and tap them for the sap, which is called the sweet water. It's our first nourishment of the year after winter, and we turn that sweet water into maple syrup. So we have celebrations for that. It's called Maple Madness, and so that goes on in March. And March also has our spring equinox. And our first day of spring, and out of the dead comes new life, and from the winter, the dead of winter comes the spring, and from it comes new life. All the trees have buds on them, and the you can see it in the apple trees, especially the buds coming out and the flowers starting to bloom in March. And also, of course, it's St. Patrick's Day on the 17th. And I'm Irish, so I really like to celebrate that day. And so I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day to any of my Irish viewers. Anyway, so let's get started with your reading. So what messages do we have for Virgo? March 2018. March 2018, Virgo. March 2018. Virgo. What messages do we have for Virgo? Virgo. 2018. I think they're ready. One just went flying. And it is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So you have news of money coming in. Yeah, there's money coming in. And something's flourishing, Something's growing around you. There's something financial that could grow around you. You're going to get a message, and I don't think it's a message that everybody knows about. It's for some, but not for all. Okay, so there's the Page of Pentacles. And as you can see, the peacock is there, and the peacock's tail is closed, and so this message is not for everybody. It's an inside scoop. That's the feeling I get from that. Okay, Virgo. So the first card in your past energy is the Fool. So here's the Fool, and he, in this in the Gilded Tarot, he's handling a lot of things. He's got a hula hoop around his ankle. He's kind of balancing on the wand. He's juggling all of the astrological signs. So, he feels kind of like he can do anything. He's playfully thinking about what he wants to do. It's not real serious. It's sort of playing. It's like, you know what I mean? It's juggling. It's It's not the, anyway, he's not seriously thinking about it. The Fool is about taking a leap into the unknown. And it's kind of what he's doing. He's floating and balancing and juggling and kind of doing it carelessly. You know what I mean? The Fool is kind of carelessly, and in this deck, he's carelessly thinking about his choices or what he's going to leap into. All right. And this is in your past energy. The next card is the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is an offer of love. It's a gift, a love gift. It's like there's the all-seeing eye there, eh? That eye is all-seeing, and there's the cup under it, under all the phases of the moon. So, nothing is changing this feeling, okay? This feeling is, nothing is, time is going by, and you're still feeling this. Now, I don't think that this is anything that has actually happened yet with this feeling, but it's being presented, okay? It's being presented, this opportunity for love. Okay, and here's the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia and thinking about the way it used to be, the past. Maybe even back into your childhood, perhaps, because you see the children here, resting in this area, in the middle of all these cups, in the middle of all these memories. Now, sometimes this represents going back home in some way, whether you get in touch with family or you move closer to home physically. Maybe it's doing your family tree. Something like that. I just had that come into my mind about going into your family tree and finding out who you are, who you are. I don't know. There's some things that you haven't discovered yet, or there's something about your past you don't know, or that's what I get the feeling of this one. I really do. But anyway, and here's the Cheshire cat down in the bottom, right? Just observing, just watching. And one person in this looks not happy, and the other person looks completely happy. So I think there's something about the past you're nostalgic about, and I think there's some good memories, some bad memories, but you're going to go back in some way. Okay, I think you're going to go back in some way and revisit it somehow. Your next card is the Two of Wands. So you had a choice. There was two ways you could go. One looked easy and it was all flat and sunny, and the other one looked more challenging. I think people are watching you or were watching you to see what you were going to do, which way you were going to go. There's a curiosity, You know, there's a curiosity about what you're going to do next. Because I think you've gone through some changes recently. And I think it's something new that you've started that has begun this this look back. You know, there's something emotional has triggered this, and you're looking back into the past. You're nostalgic, and you now want to decide which way you're going to go with this. Um, I kind of get the feeling that you're either going to go back or you're going to go ahead. That's what I think. I think you're going to go back before you're going to go ahead, or you're just going to go ahead. So instead of seeing, you know, these paths being both in front of you, one's going back. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say here. We need room for one more card. All right. Your last card in your past energy is the Ace of Wands. So another ace. You know, you have two aces in this line in your past energy. So, and this one is a creative opportunity, a new project, a new job offer, a new a promotion, some sort of usually a new direction at work in some way, in some creative way in your life. And this is probably the new direction you're going to go. Okay, you're going to go with this new job, and you know, maybe that's after some reflection about where you've been and what you've been doing and what you want to do now. Maybe you have a whole change of direction. You're thinking, I'm going to change everything. You know, I'm going to go this whole new way now. Because I don't want to go back. Okay, so that's all in your past energy. Okay, and your present energy, Virgo, is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is, it's about loss, okay? And this is in your present energy, and it's probably in your relationship. Something's gone wrong. There's been an argument. There's three cups that are knocked over here. And you're feeling like all is lost. You know, this is over, we're through. But you don't even notice that there's still two cups upright behind you. And there is definitely still, and they're gold and they're shining. You know, there is definitely something still here to work on. There's something still good in this relationship. And you can only see what's going wrong. You're not looking at what's going right, what there is great about it. And that's what you need to do. You need to open your other eye and see, look outside the box kind of thing, you know. Yeah, think about what's going right with this and try and build on that, is what that card's telling you. Your next card is the Four of Wands. So there's a celebration here. They're coming together. And there's a child in this picture, and you could have a family together, or your family could meld together perfectly. it fits in. Your kid likes him or her, or they like your kid. And so it all fits in, it melds together perfectly, and they come together here. They're not just celebrating, but they're enjoying their time together. Okay? They're enjoying their time together. And that's you, and maybe that's what you decide here. Hey, I'm crying over all the spilt milk. I'm not thinking about, what everything I love about this relationship. Okay. Maybe in some ways you're thinking, that you're not getting your way, and even one of these cups that are down, it's still shining. It's turned over, but it's still shining. These other two are starting to dull, but this one's turned over. It's still shining. So it's not even all the way done. It's not, and the other two are only tarnished, so it's not as bad as you think. Your next card is the Queen of Cups. So this is usually a water sign, emotional woman, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio woman. She has made her choice. She is offering her cup. She's waiting for her lover to return on the balcony. She's she doesn't care who else might want her hand. She knows who she wants. She knows who she is. She knows who she loves. And she's also a very nurturing woman. I wonder if she's pregnant. See how she's holding her stomach there? I wonder if she's pregnant. And it's almost like her partner doesn't know. He's away. And he doesn't know yet. And there's a single column, like she's waiting. You know what I mean? I just said, maybe you guys will have a child together, and there's the rabbits down here, and the rabbits represent fertility. So she's holding her stomach. So there could be a baby on the way, or a baby in your extended family. Perhaps there's a water sign who is pregnant that is your daughter, or in that way, that you see there's a relationship forming. There's you see this happening before you. I think it's with you, but it could be happening before you. That's the word that comes out. Your next card is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is about being generous. You have money in the bank. You have money saved. You have money in reserve. And not Libra. Virgo is very good at this. They plan everything. They're so organized, and I'm sure they have most of you have a secret little stash, and they're smart with their money. You're smart with a lot of your things. You think before you act. And anyway, so and you can see you're above these people. There's people that are needing your help financially, charity. And it's not just handing out money. You might volunteer your time. Like that's what I'm getting. You're going to volunteer. You're going to help those less fortunate than yourself. Yeah. And, I just got this real feeling that maybe you might be traveling to do it. You might be, going overseas to uh, help somewhere. I see like in a camp. Uh, like the places you can go to help build a school or um, it looks like a camp to me, you know, and you're going, maybe it's a Bible refuge or I see children. I think it's a hot country. Anyway, I'm really getting a really big sense of this, that you're going somewhere to volunteer time, to help out. I also get the feeling that it's something you kind of always promised yourself that you would do. That's what I really feel. It's something you always promised yourself you would do. You would give back when you got in a place that you could. And I think that you want to fulfill this thing. It's like a deal you made with yourself, or a deal you made, um an oath. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, an oath. So I don't know if you're traveling to Africa or you're, traveling to another continent, but I got the feeling that you're traveling across water anyway, and it's a camp of some sort. You're and helping with building or foundations. That's what I see, foundations in some way. Okay. Um, your next card in your present is the Nine of Pentacles. And here is someone that is, and probably yourself, Virgo, um, that has been able to, is a self made person. They didn't need a partner to make who you are right now. You've done that yourself. You've worked hard. You've you're surrounded, by beauty. You have the falcon, okay? And the falcon carries messages. Yeah, the falcon carries messages for you. The butterfly that represents a metamorphosis. So you have been able to grow you've really become everything you have worked for. You're there now. You feel like you're very established, is what I'm feeling. Okay? And there's abundance here. Independence. Um, Let me get my glasses. Hold on. Hold it. Um, Usually they have blinders over a homing pigeon, but I think this is a falcon. Now, there's also all the butterflies, and there's not just one, but three. So it's like there's been three stages of growth here for you. You've went through something and come out of it better. You're going to be able to um, I don't want to say profit, but I want to say grow financially. You're going to get return on your investments. That's what it is. You're going to get a return on your investments, but it's all from all your own hard work that you've done, that you've the experience and the skills that you were able to collect along the way. You know. Anyway, it's a fantastic card. It's a fantastic card to have. You're in your own right. That's what that card's about. You're in your own right. In your future or outcome energy, Virgo, is the Nine of Swords. So this is about nightmares. Having nightmares, you're having a lot of nightmares. Something's bothering you, and it's bothering you so much that you can't even sleep. It's disrupting your sleep, which is affecting your decisions. You feel guarded. You don't feel you feel vulnerable. Okay, that's what it is. It's a vulnerable feeling, because when the swords are attacking you at night, this is when you're sleeping, That's when you need to feel safe, that you can drop your guard. But you're not feeling like you can. You're not feeling like you can drop your guard. Yeah, it's really bothering your sleep. Your next card is the Hermit. So the Hermit kind of goes within and disengages socially, because there's some clarity that needs to be seen. There's it's like you're trying to see your path, the path that you need to be on. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want it to be judged or I think only you know that only you can go through this. This is a solitary journey that you got to work through in your head, And the Hermit is time spent alone to work through it. He's on the path with the light, and it's a very narrow path. He steps one way or the other way is the wrong way. You better take your time and stay on the path. Your next card is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is fast-moving energy. This person, whatever they're setting out to do, they're going to set it out to do now. I like to go do 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 do, charge. They're ready to go and move on with the plan. It's kind of a funny line. Your future energy. This stuff that's bothering you at night, these nightmares and feeling defensive and vulnerable, and then you have the Hermit there. It's like you decide to kind of don't know, check what is this? And because it's at night for the hermit too, right? And he has the universe behind him, and who knows what down, that cliff. And he doesn't look afraid. He looks like he's just observing it, looking at it. He's very patient. He's going to make his way along when he gets there, you know. Um, you might be really patient with yourself for a bit. And then, when you come through, you're ready to go. It's like there's a firecracker under you and it's like such a totally different energy. One is just taking each step one at a time. And the next is as soon as you come out of there, you jump on your horse and go. Now, your next card is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is about winning the battle. You've won the battle, but what have you won? It's looking back on what you had to leave behind. And it's like you didn't want to leave anything behind at all. But, you can't carry any more out. You can't carry any more swords with you. And so I think you're going to let go of some worries. I think you're going to decide what are mine and what aren't mine. I have enough worries. I've got my own problems that, I need to deal with and that are actually my responsibility. I'm willing to accept what's my responsibility, but not what's not. These ones aren't mine. I'm leaving them behind. And I'm going to move forward and face and take on my stuff, no problem. But I'm not taking that. It's not my stuff. Um, I think it's hard for you to do that, Virgo, because I think normally you're a very helpful person. You And because you're a helpful person, maybe you take on things that aren't yours. I think I talked about this before. Um, and this is a good lesson for you. There's also blood spilled over this. There's blood spilled. Um, Probably harsh words. Um, but, kudos on you for trying, right? At least you tried. And your last card in your present energy is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is fire energy. That's Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries woman. And this woman, the fire energy, like she's fairly powerful, eh? And she's kind of wearing this cloak, and it's like she's kind of working at night here. Um, this woman, she's very creative. She's always got a project on the go. She doesn't feel right unless she's got a project on the go. She is very passionate, and a very, very social. So you got fire energy on both sides of um, this burden that you let go of, or two, of the stuff that you let go of that wasn't yours. And could it be these two people? Did you let go of these two people, two fire energy people, one younger, one older, one male, one female? I don't know. They're surrounding you in this Seven of Swords, this these burdens that you let go of. And it could be people pushing you, trying to push you, because fire energy can be very pushy. And there could be people pushing you to take on stuff that isn't yours, um, to, or maybe they're the ones telling you that it isn't yours. Maybe they're the ones giving you advice and saying, man, what are you doing carrying everyone's stuff around for? I'm not really sure about that, but whoever they are, you're letting go of it. Okay, you're not going to carry the stuff around. You're not going to feel vulnerable because of that. So it's actually really good for you to. I think that's going to be a big weight lifted for you. Okay, Virgo, going, and this is going to be great for you going into the spring. Like leave that dead weight behind. Okay, and move into new life. Move into feeling lighter. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and thanks for your comments too. I really enjoy listening to your comments or reading your comments. You can catch me on Facebook at Tinker Tarot, and also I've just started my website up. I'm not too handy technically, so it's taken me a little bit longer to get it up and figure it out. Something that might take anyone else, 15 minutes, takes me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to figure it out. But anyway, I'm working on it. So I'm hoping to be available on March 6th for personal readings. I'm hoping to have it all set up by that time. And so that is at tinkertarot.com. And I also want to thank you very much for your donations. It was really, really very kind and much appreciated. So, Virgo, enjoy your month. Happy St. Patty's Day, and I'll see you soon.